Okay, so I thought I would do a little series based on this DIY flower kit. So for each video, I'll be doing different sections of this bouquet. With this video, I am going to do the sunflower, which is going to be exciting. If I open up the box itself, you can see that there's different packs, and these different packs are for each of the different flowers. And I've already opened the sunflower pack with its own instructions, which is great, as you can see with the other packs as well. And yeah, I'm just gonna start building the sunflower and we can see how it goes. The thing that I love about these DIY kits is that you can just pop out the pieces like so, which is great. You don't have to laser cut them or anything like that, which is good because laser cutters, they are expensive and a bit more dangerous than just popping the pieces out. So yeah, I'm just reading the instructions right now trying to figure out what I'm doing. Okay, so I've just popped out these little pieces. So what I need to do is there's different holes that you can slot them into, which is helpful because then again, you don't have to glue it. You can if you want to, in case you're worried that it's going to fall apart by itself. But it is quite stable, which is good. So we're just going to attach these 4 pieces like so. If I actually put it into the right hole. And there you go. They've been attached to the circle. Sometimes when you pop out pieces, you have like an extra piece of wood hanging out, which you do not need. So this is when you get the sandpaper, which comes with the kit, which is great. And you just kind of find a way to just sand it down like so, and it disappears. Obviously, you don't sand it down too much because you don't want to make the piece shorter than it's meant to be. But at least you're giving it a nice smooth edge and you're not accidentally pricking your finger on some extra wood. And that way you can avoid splinters as well. Another thing that I love about these kits is that they already have the colours so that you don't have to paint them. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I would like to paint them just to make the process longer, especially if I have so much time on my hands. But at the same time, it's also really helpful because it looks a lot neater than if I would paint it. So now I have to get this piece along with what I've already done. For some reason, the green part didn't want to slot in the way I wanted it to, so I decided to take the green part, put on the yellow parts that I needed in order to attach the green part, and then, like so, so I got rid of some of the small yellow pieces from here and attach it onto here, and then that way, hopefully, it'll be easier to slot into place when I do it that way instead of leaving all of the yellow pieces on and then putting the green piece on. And there we go. That slots in a lot better than it did before. And it's not falling apart, which is great. From what the instructions are telling me, I need to put these pieces out and then grab this and attach them like so. And they will be the petals. We can definitely see that a sunflower is forming now that all of the petals have been attached. The instructions say that it's time to do the stalk. So that's when we get some of the green pieces. And you even find sometimes you'll have like really, really tiny pieces. So I try my best not to lose those because they are important. So if we just attach this together like so, and then get another teeny weeny piece and slot it through there. It is quite fiddly at times, which is really annoying. But once you've made the entire thing, you just feel like that it was worth it, which is great. And if we get Let me find the piece that we need. Sometimes when I pop pieces out, I accidentally pop other pieces out that I don't need, which can be quite annoying because I'm scared I'm going to lose them. Wait, that rotates a little bit. Can you see that? Oh, it just fell off. It rotates slightly, like it's wobbly, and it's meant to be, because I think the flower is meant to rotate slightly, which is pretty cool. I find that quite cool. And I see it coming together now. That's the joy of building these DIY kits as well. You get to see the whole process, and it's quite exciting because there's some points where you're like, okay, how on earth is this going to form this part? And then when you get to the next part of the instruction, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. There you go. That's come nicely. Can that still rotate? Oh no, it can't. Since that part of the stalk is done, you can then attach it onto the bottom of the flower, like so. Look at that. Obviously the stalk will be a lot longer than this, but that's just the first part of it. And you can just see it coming together really well, which is exciting. Now the next thing to do is to put in the middle part of the sunflower. So I've already attached 2 pieces so that I find it easier to attach it onto here. And so if we find where it is to slot it, and then there you go. That's the middle part in. Now we need to add some extra pieces to it. Look how cute that is. I just figured out that the part of the stalk that I thought would rotate or move does actually move because it says it in the instructions. I just wasn't operating it very well. And there you go. Look, you can tilt it or you can keep it upright like that. But I'm not going to move it too much because I'm scared I'll accidentally snap the wood because the wood is quite fragile. So you need to be careful with these pieces because there has been moments I have snapped pieces and I've just kind of had to try and improvise to still make the DIY project work. I love a good big piece because there's something satisfying about popping them out, which is great. So then I've added an extra piece there so that we can add the leaf onto the stalk if it slots in. Sometimes you need to give it a bit of a wiggle in order to get it in like that. There you go. See? And it already has the, I don't know if you can see it very well, but it has the detail, which is great. You don't have to draw that on. So there you go. I've added another branch so that I can add another leaf and give it another wiggle so that it can fall into place like so. See, it's coming together. I always love it when it starts coming together because it gets me more and more excited to finish it. As I turned the page, there was more instructions, but that's for the box that goes along with this flower. So we are going to start building that. This is how it's going so far. I've attached 3 pieces together. Now I need to get this piece and attach them on each side. I was attaching these, and like I said earlier, you need to be careful with some of the pieces because they'll snap, like what just happened right there. It's a good thing though that I have a spare one of these. Otherwise that would not have been good. So I'm just going to pop that out now and be more careful than I was previously. For one of the fun parts, we get some thinner pieces which we're going to wrap around the thicker pieces such as this. So these kind of pieces are more for decoration, which is why they're thinner, whereas this is more for the structure of what you're building. I like pieces like this that just bend by themselves. It's very cool. And you just put it on the edge like so. It'll probably be easier to glue it, but I do love a challenge. It is very fiddly, it keeps coming apart. See, like I said, it's so... Oh, I snapped it. This is when I wish I had my glue gun, because then I could fix it. But I do not have my glue gun on me, so that is a problem. It's okay, I can improvise. Right, and then I'm just going to fold that so that it actually stays in place, like so. See, perfect. It was only the foot that snaps. So as long as I face it this way, it's not so obvious. I then added a bit more of a decoration on there, which I popped out of here. And it's slotted in quite nicely, despite the fact that one of my legs broke. So far, I added a few leaves inside the box. And now I am building my own tiny little sunflowers. So there you have the tiny stalk. It's so tiny you can hardly see it. And then this is the flower that will be attached. Like so. I now have 3. So I need to find where they need to be slotted in there. And then there'll be some extra flowers, which will be very cute. If I move that to the side, we need to get this decoration, a cute little bumblebee, alongside this tag which says for you, which is really sweet. And then we need to find where they go in here. There you go, look at that. So this whole time I forgot about these flaps and I was struggling to get these middle parts in because of them. Yeah, what I could have done is fold them down and slot them into some holes that I hadn't used yet. And I saw them and I was like, wait, what are these for? And then I looked back at the instructions and realised what they were for. So that was my bad. I could have made my life a whole lot easier when I put these in. But again, I love a bit of a challenge, so here we are. There you go. Doesn't that look a whole lot better? I think it does. And you can actually see the pieces. I was wondering why I couldn't fully see the pieces. It's okay, we make mistakes so that we can learn from them. And there you go. And then we attach the rest of the sunflower. Give it a bit of a wiggle. Oh, don't want to break it. I'm scared I broke it. But I didn't. It's all good. It's all good. No worries, guys. No worries. And then there you have it. A cute sunflower in its box. You can obviously take the sunflower out and then get your own home vase and put it in there along with the other flowers, which we'll build at some point. But for now, we have a sunflower, which is exciting. And on that note, I will see you guys on my next video where I will be building another flower.